A while ago I made a video reviewing some modifications I liked on Risk of Rain 2. It stated my opinion on mods in general, and why I prefer to play Roar 2 mods over other modded games. Maybe I prefer to play Risk of Rain 2 modded because I get to see all the cool concepted survivors people have created into this game system, and see what crazy ideas modders have in mind. You get the good, you get the bad, and you get the ugly. And so recently I went back to see what else is getting cooked up in the modded community. God damn it, I didn't know I missed so much quality content. Or some modifications came in after when I made that last Risk of Rain 2 video reviewing some modifications I liked on the game. And now that I went back to it, there's a lot of content I played and tried out. Some kind of confused me and others really confused me, but that's besides the point. So enough of stroking my rooster, let's dive right into some of these banger of mods that modders have modded into this modded game with mods. Starting off with a pretty interesting mod called the Monster Mash. Probably not the Monster Mash that you're thinking about, but instead putting in the Risk of Rain 2 enemies that you have to fight as their very own survivor, getting to play and see through the eyes of what these alienated creatures' perspective and movesets that they can perform. Being a stone titan to magma worm to lizard, don't expect to get far into a run when playing these monster survivors, since most of these characters that you play are slow, clunky, weak, and you have to fight multiple versions of yourself with not much perks to your character. Besides from the Monster Mash, there's also this lizard and lunar golem modifications that actually make them playable survivors. But my favorite enemy concepted playable survivors is the Templar mod and Imp mod. Basically, Risk of Rain 2's version of Heavy Weapons guy, having him as a modded survivor is pretty epic. Maybe they should make a skin for Heavy from TF2, but you know, it's just my opinion. A bit slow but hard hitting with his weapons like minigun, burst fire, laser cannon, and flamethrower. It's really fun to switch your weapon utility depending on the situations you get yourself into. Pooping on your enemies? No, sorry. I mean shooting tar at your enemies, weakening them, then igniting them with your flamethrower. Gets you cooking up some attack strategies. Pun intended. Just a regular imp except the movesets of the imp boss, like shooting your bleeding spikes that plant themselves on the ground if missing your target. It's a perfect character for me because, you know, I can't aim worth a damn sometimes. It doesn't matter if you miss your target because it's gonna hit something somehow and some other time. Oh boy, look at all these enemies coming for me. What am I ever gonna do? I thought I was the only one that remembered this character from the old Flash games online. The concept of this character is shooting your PP ray gun and pouncing on your enemies like you're a hunter from Left 4 Dead. This is a really small dude. I don't know if this is an advantage, but it's a pretty interesting perspective point of view. Either using your utility to get away or jumping on your enemies, giving them head. Yeah, I mean biting their head. Fun mod to goofy around again. Just wondering if this alien has ever probed anyone's name. You know, that would be pretty terrifying. Oh shit.
Hello again, dumbbell.
Oh god, not a French person. No, god, please, no. A survivor idea created and inspired from the first Risk of Rain game character selection, Chef, a French robotic robot that boomerangs kitchen knives and poops cooking oil all over the floor. Wait, what the fuck? And unlocking this survivor was an absolute pain in the freaking ass. To unlock this character, you have to get quote-unquote a dozen ingredients. So basically pick up 12 items within the run that is so-called food, like alien shroom, bison meat, goat's hoof, a wax bird, seed, gasoline, needles. Basically all the edible foods you would eat in real life. Once you get close enough, Chef starts harassing you in French. And after all of that, Chef Undertale boss fight comes in. Holy crap, this boss is really wild, with spreading fire everywhere, simulating California. With being super fast, slippery, and strong, he's kind of unbeatable. At least for me, for my pea-sized brain, it's pretty challenging. So to unlock this character, I had to do the most unforgivable sin known to man. I had to go back on baby mode. Baby mode. Alright, whatever. At least I got him. So suck my d. Chef as a playable Risk of Rain 2 character is pretty fun. The main attack is throwing your butcher knives like boomerangs at your enemies. It might possibly be a safety hazard, but what do I know? I think the whole strategy with the survivor is to poop all over spread your cooking oil all over the ground and cook it up with your secondary, while using your primary to take care of the big boys while they're on fire to maximize the damage output that you can produce. Prioritize getting gasoline in the ignition tank to buff up your character's item build throughout the run. Birdman is the survivor I was looking for, because you're never alone within the run, since you got your Squall on your side. Okay, so let's first talk about your companion that accompanies you in each run as a Pathfinder. Squall, the robotic bird, flies around like a regular bird does, looking down on us ground people, just judging us, watching us from afar. You can set the bird to attack a target, shooting it with the bird guns, or send a Squall into a frenzy at one enemy. When Birdo is doing nothing, it has to recharge, so it's able to attack again. Pretty cool. Sometimes Squall is a good distraction for the enemies. Even though the bird is invincible, it's like trying to swat a fly with your human bare hands. Okay, let's talk about the actual survivor, Pathfinder. This survivor just has a poking stick and sometimes throws at his enemy, doing a bit, just a bit more damage. He's kind of useless by himself, so he lets Squall do all the work, as Pathfinder commands the bird to attack his enemies while running away from the danger. Yeah, he's kind of like a little bit. Before getting to my favorite mod I have ever played, here are some of my honorable mentions. Amp. So, Amp uses electric high voltage shock therapy to kill his enemies. One thing I found interesting with this character is if he hits his enemies with the electrical attack 3 times, it does 1 big percentage of damage. Feels like I've seen this from somewhere. This guy looks pretty badass, and he attacks with radiation. This man is a nuclear reactor, god damn. Hope nothing bad happens when playing this character. Classic Bandit, inspired from the first Risk of Rain game. Has a rifle to shoot long range and throws dynamite at his enemies. Interesting thing about the Classic Bandit is if he throws his explosive dynamite at his enemies, he can shoot it in midair. Again, I swear I've seen this from some. No. What have you done to the gunslinger? What have you done? It's corrupted. Alright. So here is my absolute favorite mod that I've played in Risk of Rain 2. Rocket. Basically the replica version of the TF2 Soldier mod, but in my based opinion, a better version of it. This is without a doubt inspired from the TF2 Soldier mod, with the rocket jumping, the shovel attack, strafing, the black box. It is a copy, without a doubt, but I'm not complaining. This mod is just a polished version that actually is made into the Risk of Rain 2 character. The whole character design is to use your explosives to attack and to jump around the map. Use the momentum to hop around like you're using an explosive pogo stick with a rocket launcher. Fun fact, that is actually one of the achievements you get with them. A lot of fun uses the explosive mechanics to attack and get away in situations. Zooming across the map with the explosive mechanics gets pretty wild. Compared to the soldiers, there's more ways to get around places with your explosives. They have to mentally tell yourself that, this is getting pretty dangerous. Also with the secondary, you can detonate your own rockets that you shoot out in midair. This is nuts. This is nuts. I'm so glad that you made this mod. Sorry for being a little based for liking the rocket jumping mechanic. And my last favorite mod was the TF2 Soldier. And also I'm a TF2 Soldier fan, so with this new survivor is more refined version design of the Risk of Rain 2 character. So in my biased based opinion, this is my favorite mod I have played in Risk of Rain 2. I explored quite a bit of mods on this game. Some go absolutely crazy that probably would take a whole video explained by itself, and it's awesome seeing a lot of people get inspired to create something that they are passionate about in a video game, like creating a concepted survivor to creating modifications of those concepts. Yeah, you know what? Now that I think about it, I guess mods in general are pretty cool. Thanks for watching the video. Very much appreciated for the delightful opinions of my last video reviewing some modifications I talked about in this game. So I thought, why the hell not? I'll make another one just for you guys. Anyways, subscribe for more content. Until then.